You think you see the world clearly. But what if I told you that everything you believe is just a story your brain made up? It's not the truth. It's just a lens filtered by your fears, by your past, your mood, and your goals. You don't see things as they are. You see them as you are. Let me prove it. Let's take driving as an example. Have you ever noticed that people who drive faster than you are reckless, crazy, and dangerous? And people who drive slower than you are usually old, or maybe silly, or maybe they are afraid. And it seems to you that this is the reality, that look at this guy, he's going so fast, or look at this grandma, she's going so slow. But I want to tell you something really interesting. They are thinking the same thing about you. So it's really absurd in a way because we take our perspective as reality, but it's just a perspective. And let me give you another example. Age is exactly the same way. So, however old you are, people who are older than you will usually view as old. And people who are younger than you will usually view as young. And it doesn't matter how old you are, because if you are 18, someone who is 30 is really old. But if you are 55, someone who is 30 is really young. It changes, but we always believe that our opinion, our thoughts about reality are the truth. It's not the truth. Everything depends on your position, on who you are, and you see yourself in the world. And there is one problem with this approach. We forget that it exists, and we act like our opinions and our beliefs are the only way to operate in the world, and we never question them. And I want to teach you a simple framework I learned from Alex Hermosi that helps me snap out of any time when I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm insecure, I'm lazy, whatever the negative emotion is, you name it, I've been through it. Right? So, the 3-step framework consists of 3 questions. So, let's say there is a thought, and the thought is, I am not good enough. Let's say this is the thought pattern that appears. It's not a thought pattern that appears in my mind right now, but I think it's a useful example because many people have this belief. First question that you need to ask, and this is important, you do this on paper, not in your mind, because your mind is so bad at specificity and nailing in the details. You have to do this on paper. So you write the statement. What is the thought that I have a problem with? Write it down, or that causes me negative emotions. Then, first question, is it true? Sometimes you don't even ask this question. Your brain gives you thoughts and you don't even verify if they are reality, if you believe they are true. Not like objective truth is not even in the conversation right now. You don't even check if they are true for you. You just take them at face value, like, yes, this is true. But you don't really ask yourself, is this true? So, I am not good enough. And then ask yourself, is this true? And all of a sudden, you enable your brain to have like an open debate about this. You can have some evidence that supports that you are good enough. You can have some evidence that supports that you're not good enough. Trust me, usually it will be more evidence that you are good enough. You will notice how your brain is trying to trick you into feeling a little bit worse, because when you actually ask that question, is this true? Then you will start seeing evidence that, well, maybe I am good enough. So this is the first question that you go through in this framework. Second question is, how do you know? So let's say that I had the statement, I'm not good enough, and I ask myself, is it true? I have to say, yeah, this is true. Second one is, how do you know? I don't know other things. And sometimes I think I know something, but when I actually analyze it closer, I just think that I know it. It's called knowingness, believing that you know things that you don't. And this second layer is also about things that you can prove. So even if you think the statement is true and you don't have evidence to back it up, is it still true? Or are you just trying to make stories about the reality that you live in that suit your brain in a way that will make it more comfortable? Or maybe it will make you feel bad because you're addicted to that feeling, right? So now, let's say that you had this, I am not good enough. We went through the first layer, which was, is it true? Yes, this is true. I have the evidence. We went through the second layer. How do you know? I know because this, and that. I can prove it. If we went to court, I could prove that I am not good enough. Third one, what does it mean? What's the utility of this statement? I am not good enough. Well, it means that you can work on yourself, right? Or, because when you ask this question, you put the power of assigning the story to yourself. You don't get the automatically assigned story from your brain, from your past, from your fear, from your worry, from your anxiety. You can decide what this statement means, and you can choose a version that's the most beneficial to you. Not the automatic one from your brain, from your trauma, from whatever your parents told you, or from whatever the people around you believe. It's the one that you want to believe. So, to put a nice bow on it so that you can use it, you write down the thought, the statement. This also will be a little bit difficult. Let's say the statement is, I am not good enough. And then you go through a 3-step framework, right? So, evidence, logic, utility. This is the key. You ask, is this true? Right? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Second one, you ask, how do you know? Because maybe you think it's true, but you don't really know. And the last one is, what does it mean? And the last section is, even if the statement is true and you have the evidence, you can decide what it means to you. And that's how you can self-author. That's how you can create your real destiny. That's how you can create the person that you are. Not the mindsets of people around you, but by listening to your inner voice, to your inner strength, and using that to create the story that you want to live. And I also want to give you a real example that happened to me a few days ago. I was having a meeting with a customer and we were discussing something really important to both of us, and his phone called. And in the moment, in the beginning, I felt like this was disrespectful to me in some way, which it wasn't. But I felt it like this guy doesn't view this meeting as important because his phone rang and it was all on full ringtone, full sound, full volume. And then luckily I knew the framework. So what I did was just first question, is it true? Well, and then I said, maybe it's true, but I don't really know. And then I went to the second, how do you know? And it was like, there was zero question. So then I can go immediately to number 3. Well, what does it mean? Maybe the guy is busy, or maybe it's his daughter that's calling who needs help, or maybe it's his wife who needs help. And maybe he is waiting for a medical diagnosis and it's a really important phone call, right? But what happened was I projected my own importance on this another person. And I saw this situation from only my perspective, because this is what our brains do. They limit us, but we sometimes need to zoom out. We need to take the wider perspective so that we can actually see the things in a more real sense. Maybe we can't see the reality totally objectively, and there will always be emotions involved. But by that framework, so asking those 3 questions, you can put yourself in a state where you actually make a decision about this, when it's not automatic, when you're not having a reaction, when you're having actually a decision that you can make and not just let the world and your mind decide for you. Most people live in a world created by emotion, not reality. They get offended, they assume, they get angry. But if you slow down and ask better questions, all of a sudden you can choose your response, and there is a lot of power in that. Don't let your mind trick you into staying stuck. Question your beliefs and you'll start living. This is it for today. Download my list of top 50 books that changed my life, changed my English, changed my mindset, and built the person that I am today. It's an early access. You can sign up in the link in the description. Much love. Bye-bye.